Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Maker's Gonna Learn YouTube channel.
Yay!
I feel like I'm on Disney Channel.
Yeah, where's our
OG Disney Channel watchers?
I bet Sadie doesn't know what we're talking about.
Do you know Sadie?
Oh,
Sadie
you do?
knows.
Okay.
Will they do the magic wand?
I love that. That used to be my favorite.
Mine too. So welcome everybody. How are y'all doing? Happy Tuesday. Me and Lauren, we are in studio and we're making a really cute, fun little craft for you guys.
Listen, I'm so excited about this. You know, no lies to tell. Maybe a little nervous, hoping the Cricut's not going to give me problems today.
I hope that it doesn't either.
Because, just to be real honest, this project specifically, before we get started, I just want to preface this. This is probably going to take you a minute.
Like, to perfect.
To perfect.
Yeah.
And it is, because I feel like I have perfected it to an extent, but then it's like every time you spread your wax for your Cricut to cut it, the thickness can be different.
Right,
so it's kind of like you have to give it a minute.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to give a shout out because I like giving credit where credit is due. So we got this idea, and actually I'm going to pull my phone out so I can make sure that I get her name right. We saw this on TikTok. So y'all, if you have a TikTok, let me turn this down because this is not her.
That's not the one.
That's not her.
That's hilarious.
Go give her a follow because she does everything wax seal. So this is where, yes, her name on TikTok is Loretta Madsen. Loretta, L-A-R-E-T-T-A, Madsen, M-A-D-S-E-N. Y'all,
the Oogie Boogie Man.
Listen, I can sit and watch her videos for hours.
Yeah, that's awesome.
She is the queen, the absolute queen of wax seals.
That's very cool.
Me, I'm just a peasant.
I'm
a peasant, but I'm excited to bring you guys this craft because I think you're gonna love it.
Right. And what a niche thing to be really good at.
Yeah,
talk about finding something you really love and expanding on it, like wax seals, which I've always thought wax seals are so cool. Like even when I got married, we played around with the idea of doing wax seals, and then I realized, well, it's a little bit time consuming.
It can be.
You have to let it cool down and all this stuff, but they're so cool and fancy looking and old. I love it.
And this is one where you can really, so if you all know much about wax seals, like a lot of people, you can do the wax seals in a low temp glue gun. You can buy the wax for a low temp glue gun and just kind of squirt it on here. We're going old school with the candle and the pour and everything else, just because it seems to work. I don't want to say better, but for what we're doing, it works very well. So we are going to be making Santa wax seals. So if you have kids in your life where you wanted to do a special Santa letter, we're going to be teaching you how to do that. But I'm also, and this is just kind of a last minute thing, we're just going to make an envelope, a card. Listen, I had this issue earlier.
She keeps saying card instead of envelope.
Yes. So we're going to throw in an envelope for good measure to seal the envelope with.
Yes.
Because it's very simple. We already have plenty of envelope files on our website, so we're going to be using our scoring wheel. The scoring wheel is not going to be on the supply list because, like I said, this is a very last-minute thing.
Right.
So.
And I also think it would be really cute to use our sketch fonts to add, instead of using your handwriting, if you wanted to address it, you could add in with the sketch fonts and a pen tool and do all, you know what I'm saying?
Very much so.
More official. You could use metallic pens and stuff. So just a fun little addition.
Yeah.
Lots of people here today. We've got 146 right now, which is crazy.
I know. I'm excited.
On a Tuesday, somebody said lunch and learn.
Yes.
That's what we should start calling this.
So Tanner is at a conference right now. So it's just me and Alicia today. Really excited for this. Drop us an emoji if you are excited to learn about wax seals.
Yes.
I'm excited to see who's ready to learn.
Yes.
And just so you know, we are still doing the half off our monthly membership right now. So if you are on the fence about joining Maker's Gonna Learn, and you just kind of want to test it out, you know, dip your toes in the water, you don't really want to go full force right now.
Right.
Getting that for $9.99 for your first month,
We can't beat it.
And if you decide, you know, we're not for you, that's okay. Like that's,
Right.
everybody has their own people that they like. So, you know, try it out, test it out, and then if you
We think you'll like it.
we are so confident in ourselves. No,
Yeah.
I don't want to. I feel like when I say that, I sound
We're
very
confident in what we do because
Yes.
we really genuinely put a lot of effort into the things that we put out.
Yes,
Is what we meant.
Yes, because we love what we do.
Right, right. Wow, there's lots of emojis for
Yay!
wax seal making. Cool. Yeah.
I'm excited.
It's going to be very, very fun. I like that we're doing it the old school way.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I knew the hot glue gun way. Like, I saw that.
Uh-huh.
And that's pretty cool, too, because you just put it in there like a glue stick. But this is cool because, like, I mean, we're like you need like a quill pen to
Quill pen in it.
to write on the front.
Yes.
Oh, that's so funny.
So, if you all are ready, I think we need to go ahead and jump in.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because this could take a minute.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. You want to know what I literally forgot and didn't realize that we don't have?
What?
The finished product.
Oh,
I don't know where it's at.
Let me get it, girl.
Anyway, so while she's grabbing that, we'll go ahead and go overhead and talk about the materials that you're going to need. So this is just our little, I guess, stand that our candle goes in. So we got this come in a kit on Amazon. Oh, and here's our finished product. Look at there.
So cute.
Look how cute.
I love it.
Love it. So, anyway, this is a kit. We got all of this as a kit, and it did come with some wax. It came with like a variety of wax, a lot of different colors, but it didn't have a lot of the colors that I needed. So you have this little stand. It comes with your tea candles. This is what you pour it with, so it sits right there. And then this is just a blank like press. So this is going to be key to get a blank one. Now this does unscrew, so if you wanted to get one that actually has like a design already made in it, you can do that. But for this, because we are cutting our design on the Cricut, we wanted a flat press. So you can buy different presses. That's completely up to you. So this, like I said, this comes as a kit. Now, because we are doing Christmas, we wanted to do Christmas colors. So I actually found this on Amazon that has the red, like the burgundy and the white and the gold. So you can really do really cool Christmas colors with this. They have different kits that come with like a different mixture depending on what color scheme or theme you're going for. So this is also on Amazon. I think I linked the separate red and white down below. But if I can, I will add this link later after if you wanted to buy this specific thing of wax. I actually found this after I had linked the red and white. So I just forgot to add that to the list down below. Obviously, we have a lighter. We have to have a lighter. This is going to come in very handy, not only to light your candle, but also to heat this up to get our S to stick to it before we press it. This is our Nikapa standard grip mat. This is just going to be for our card making, just to keep our paper on the mat. I have just a regular silicone spatula. They have those like metal artist palette, like the, what is it called?
I don't know what they're called, but I know what you're talking about.
An artist spatula. That's what Loretta uses.
They're much thinner than that would be.
Yes. So that's what she uses. I didn't specifically go out and buy because I got it to work with this spatula just to kind of spread, and it worked fine with me.
Yeah.
Fine for me. So I'm not saying go out and buy that. I'm just saying this worked. I've got a mini spatula linked down below. So, and then this is just extra tools that I have in case I need it. Now this is going to be where it's going to be key. This is an old Cricut mat or an old whatever, Cargy, however you want to say this. Anyway, this is just a palette knife,
yep.
Tracy.
I should know that. I
You
paint
should
with
know
that.
Palette knife, yes. Anyway, an old mat, but here's the key. The Mylar or the film that protects the mat needs to be on top of it, okay? This is going to keep that wax, protect your mat. So it doesn't have to be an old mat. The only reason I say an old mat is because if I turn this over, I don't know, can they see this, Sadie, like on the back where it's kind of like bubbled up a little bit right here? So that's where the wax does get hot. It's not, now this mat is still usable, but it does kind of make it a little wonky if
like
your
it shrinks it up a little bit.
Yeah, if your wax gets too hot. So that's why I say your best bet is going to be to use an old mat and just use the protective film over it. Okay.
Interesting.
So that is our. That's it.
Okay.
Pretty simple.
I'm excited. I'm
Pretty
intrigued. I don't know.
simple.
I feel like I didn't see you do this, and so I'm like, okay, show me how.
Okay, how do we do it?
I'm
How do we
ready.
do it? Let's go back overhead. This is going to be the finished, the finished product looks like. I love how, like, I don't know. It looks so clean.
It looks like it came from the North Pole. If you're asking me.
It looks like it came straight from the North Pole.
I love
Straight
it.
from the North Pole. April, I did not use a silicone mat. The reason that I didn't use a silicone mat is because this mat still has to go in our Cricut. So we still have to use a Cricut mat so that it can be pulled through our Cricut.
But listen, if wax seals catch fire, Cricut needs to get on it. They need a silicone mat that you can send through the Cricut.
I mean,
That would be cool,
I'm
wouldn't
here
it?
for it.
If somebody knows where we can get a silicone mat that would go through the Cricut.
What is a Silpat mat?
Oh, I don't know. Let me Google it.
Please do.
Silpat Mat.
Silpat. Silpat mat instead.
Oh, it's like the ones that you lay in your stove, in your oven.
Oh, yeah.
Like the rubbery.
Yeah. It's, once again, it has to go through the Cricut. So I'm just going to say.
I mean, if you could cut a 12 by 12 inch one, maybe.
But will the Cricut recognize that mat is my next question.
Probably not.
That's why I'm saying Cricut mat, Mylar, or the protective film over top of it is going to be your best bet.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, let's turn our computer on, and we're just going to go ahead and hop over into Design Space here in just a second. And if you guys have any questions, they say it's for baking. Yeah, I am still going to say your best. I think you just need to use your Cricut mat with the Mylar over top of it.
Yeah.
So we are going to hop over into Design Space later.
If there's like a, I mean, it would be cool to find another option. So Loretta, that was her name. That Loretta does the wax seals, right?
Yes.
So does she go through mats a lot? Like, does she have to get a bunch of new mats all the time?
I don't know.
I feel like it would wear your mats out like fairly quickly, considering you've made one.
Right.
Well, you made a few testing it, but like already.
I know I made quite a bit.
Right.
I poured a lot of wax on that mat.
Well, yeah, and it doesn't look too bad. So I guess they probably wear out faster than a normal Cricut use mat would, but.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm probably going to turn mine around and do it on the opposite side today.
Yeah.
So what we are going to, now that we're here in Design Space, I'm going to show you the font that we're going to be using is Century. And then the envelope that we're going to be using, I'm pretty sure is called like Envelope 3. But we're going to hop over here. We're going to go to our cut files, and I'm just going to double check. So we are going to envelope, search this, and I will show you how you can download Maker's Gonna Learn cut files. Very simple for those that are new here. We may not have any new ones. So we're gonna yes, envelope 3 is the one that we're going to be using today. So what you're gonna do is you are going to click this cloud icon that has the arrow pointing down, and that's going to download it onto your computer. Then you're going to open up and unzip the file, and then from there, you are going to pull up Cricut. We're going to go, let's bring this down just a hair. Then we're going to go to upload. Now to upload images, you're going to click here, and then from there, if I can find it.
I'm adding the the envelope file. I'm going to add it to our supply list really quick.
Awesome. So you're going to drag and drop that here. It's going to upload it. It is a cut image. And then we're going to select it and add it to our canvas. Simple, super easy. Now, one thing I'm going to do, this is unlocked, so I want to come up here and unlock it, and I'm just going to go ahead and size this down. Now 5 is a little smaller than what you're going to want to go for. However, so this, let's go ahead and delete this out, and I'm going to show you guys. So from here, before we start doing anything else, you can see that here we have a basic cut, and here we have a basic cut. What we need to do is take that basic cut, come over here to operations, and we're going to change that to score. Okay? So now this is going to score around the inside of your card so that the flaps fold in, and it's not going to cut that off. Once again, come over here because we want this as a score line and not a cut line. We're going to come over here to operations and change it to score. Now, this inset piece is not something that you have to have. This is just to kind of elevate your envelope if you want to. So what you would do before you ungroup all of this, my suggestion is size it up a little bit and then come over here to ungroup. What that is going to do is that is going to ungroup this from this, okay? So now once I pull this over here and line up those score lines, you can see that it fits just on the inside of that envelope so that it kind of gives it a little, it elevates it. So you could do like a cream color on the inside.
Yeah.
Which would be beautiful.
Yes.
So now we see that this is a 7.5 by 6.3. So we are using 8.5 by 11 cardstock. This is just our regular, this is actually white core cardstock. We really didn't have a good color green that I wanted that was solid core. So let me show you what I mean by the difference. So when I tear this cardstock, you all see that that has a white core on the inside. So when you go to cut it, on the edges, it's going to be white. So with this specific project, I would personally go for a color core cardstock, but like I said, we did not have a green color core that I really liked. We definitely need to get on that, get some more green with Christmas coming up.
It actually blows my mind because we have a lot of cardstock.
We have so much cardstock, but
so
our green, I think it's because we use so much cardstock.
Yeah. We pick out our favorite colors, like especially around Christmas. We have our favorite greens.
We use so much green during Christmas, especially with cardstock, card making, envelope making, all of that stuff. We really use so much. So I think that's why we don't have the good like color core cardstock that I want. So we're just doing this
We're
today.
going with what we got.
We're going with what we got. We're not going to buy something. We're not going to, y'all know I like to save money. I am all about saving me some money. So I'm just going to make sure that this fits properly. So it's 7.5, which means it's going to fit in my 8.5 size. I'm going to hide this for the time being because I do not need that. And Alicia, if you don't care to run out and grab me a cream color real quick, because I forgot to do that.
Yes.
And I'll go ahead and do the liner so that you all can see the liner because I really think you're going to enjoy that liner, seeing that. So I'm just going to make sure that my cardstock is really good and on my mat. So once that is done, I am going to come over here to make it. It is going to separate this out. So there, oh, okay. Do you all see this? There's nothing in the middle. Look, the score is over here. So we're going to cancel. We're going to go back. So we want that score line and this basic cut, and we are going to attach them together. Okay? Then we're going to select this score line, which this one came to the back. That part came to the back. We're going to arrange. We're going to bring it to front. So we're going to select this score line and that our liner basic cut, and then we are going to attach that as well. But we are not going to attach the outside and the liner together. We're just going to leave it how it is, okay? So now we are going to go to make it. Now you see the difference. You definitely need to make sure that you attach those score lines with the envelope. Okay, so we're going to go to continue. We are connected via USB, and then we're going to go over here to popular, We are going to select medium cardstock. I'm not really sure. I guess it's because we're scoring first. So we're going to come over here to our Cricut. We are going to take our fine point blade out. We're just going to lay it over to the side because we will be using that. And we are going to put our scoring wheel in first. Okay. I'm going to move my notebook out from behind there. Now, once that scoring wheel is in place, we are going to load this mat into the Cricut. We're going to pray that see, this mat has a cut in it, but it'll be fine.
It's a good mat, though.
It's such a good mat.
I grab that mat all the time, and I'm like, oh, it made a sound, and then it's like, it's just cut.
Yeah.
And listen, if you are a member already, we are doing a master class over like mass card making using the card cutting mat that they came out with.
Yes.
Which we're like late to the game, like it came out.
It came out so long ago.
Right, but we're going to show you all how to make cards in bulk. And so this is a really good introductory to that. Because you can make your own envelopes and you can add wax seals to your Christmas cards this year if you're feeling really bougie.
You're being bougie.
I mean, we like to be a little extra around here. So
right.
If I had the time, I would not put it past me, honestly.
So Lori made the comment to change your paper size. You don't technically have to change your paper size as long as your design fits within that 8.5 by 11 size. So you could flip it. You could rotate that to where the envelope, if you wanted it to be bigger, you could rotate it so that it fits a little better. But this fit, it was within the 8.5, so I didn't change the paper size. So once that has scored, we're going to pop this bad boy out, put our fine point blade in. We're going to keep this score wheel handy because we're going to need it for the next one. From there, all it's going to do, it's going to cut our card out. Now, attaching your liner to your card.
You need an ATG?
An ATG gun. I'm telling y'all, this was so last minute that I decided, yeah, we're going to do a card. We're going to do a card refresher.
Does that wax?
I keep saying card. Envelope refresher.
Does that wax need to be melting while we're like hanging out?
Oh, no, it don't take that long.
Really?
And if you, this is the thing. Don't start with your wax, like don't start melting your wax and letting it sit, because if it sits too long, it starts to bubble and it starts to overheat. Oh. And when it overheats and you spread it, it gets bubbles in it.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Also, we had to rewire this ATG gun, and good gravy. It was not a good time.
Okay, so this is a kind of a small envelope, but it's okay.
It's a little baby.
It's a baby.
It's a gift card.
It's a literal gift card. It looks like a credit card would fit in it.
Santa's bringing Amazon gift cards to everybody
Amazon gift cards for everyone.
You get a gift card. You get a gift card.
Okay, so now we're going to add our liner paper on here. I'm going to make sure it's down really well.
The score wheel and the score pen make like the same depth of indentation.
Yeah, so if you don't have a Maker series, definitely just use your scoring pen if you have an Explorer series. So that will, it's, either one is great. So once again, we're coming back in here. This is the only thing. It's either unload and reload the mat with the scoring wheel or change out the blades. So I guess Cricut thought it was easier. You have to change out the blades for both of these. So now I'm going to add in my liner paper. We change it out, it does the scoring first, okay?
If you're making, yes, you need to measure from your score lines if you're making a card that's gonna fit inside of your envelope.
Yes, so once it's done, I will show you, we'll go back and we will size, like you can click on the score lines and see what the measurements are. So that's what you need to measure when you're making your card. Make sure that your score lines are as wide as your card, or your card is like
within those.
Like a quarter inch inside the score line.
Yeah. Like a 0.15 or something.
Yes.
So it's just fits
So
snug.
we'll go back and we'll walk you through that part too, just really quickly to do a refresher for everybody. Change. Okay. It scored very fast. I was about to just hit play with the scoring wheel in there.
It always scores so fast, and I'm like, oh, wait, did it do it?
Did it do it? What? Okay, so we change it back to our fine point blade, pressing play on that. We're going to move this guy out of the way.
In case anyone was wondering, we opened the Juliet yesterday.
Oh, yes, we did.
We opened it. Sadie posted a TikTok of us opening it, and I'm gonna make something with it today. I've been working on the Epson printer, on the sublimation printer. Lord, send prayers, honestly.
Please send prayers.
I worked on it for 2 hours straight. I didn't even talk to Sadie for the first 2 hours of today because I was like on this printer. But anyways, we opened the Juliet, and I'm hoping that we can make something with it today. So we're really excited.
Did I not hit medium cardstock?
Did it not cut through?
No.
Your blade wasn't
My
all the way
blade was
in?
not all the way down.
Oops. Well, you can just recut it.
Okay, we're going to redo this. We're going to come back. Which one is this one?
The dark gray?
Yeah. Okay. We're going to go back to medium cardstock. I don't need this one. I need my fine point blade. You know what? Whatever. We'll just go with it. We'll score it again. Or act like we're scoring it again. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this out.
And
It's going to try to register it.
It's going to say, no scoring wheel detected.
No scoring wheel detected.
Maria says, I want to see. Listen, you can go watch the TikTok. It's on Instagram too, on Reels. But we just unboxed it. So we literally opened it up and did like a first impression.
And I think we did a test cut.
Yeah, we did like a tiny baby test cut. Like there's a test cut button on it. It's so nice. It's very sleek. We just barely piddled around in the design software.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to make something today and see what we think. I think we're going to be happy about it though.
Okay, so when you're changing out blades, one thing you need to make sure that your blade is all the way down in the housing, because mine was not pushed all the way down, so it didn't cut. So we're just gonna go again. Does anybody have any questions so far? How does the design software look? Megan, great question. Their design software is in its infancy. Like, I'm talking, it is a babe. It is a babe.
Ah! Why is it doing that sound?
We're just gonna, it's the mat.
Oh.
It was just the mat.
But it cut?
Thank the Lord, it was just the mat. It did cut.
So aggressive.
It is aggressive, and I think it just straight up
it.
it snapped the mat.
Oopsie.
Okay, guys, so,
Don't use broken mat.
don't use broken mats.
What brand is that?
We're gonna throw this mat away.
The Nicoba mats
don't
are so good. I just
understand.
ordered a bunch of new ones for us.
I'm so sad.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, maybe we could use this mat on this side for the wax seal.
Well, heck.
What heck? Look,
I
we're
like
just gonna do that.
I like the resourcefulness.
Resourcefulness. Okay. So, yes, there are wax seal circle molds as well. We have, I have seen those, but we're just going to do it old school and just pray for the best. So now what I'm going to do to attach our liner, move all of this out of the way, to attach our liner to our envelope, I'm actually just going to be putting the ATG, I'm going to be putting our glue or tape, whatever you want to use, on the back of the liner. That way I know it's going to be on there evenly. And then I've already folded this up, so I'm going to fold this up as well so that it fits just right up against there. And then we're just going to press it down.
So that's not like an insert that's removed. I thought you like wrote a note on that and then pulled it out.
No. So this is actually part of the envelope.
Okay. And then you can put a card in.
Yes.
With it. Oh, fancy.
Just to make it, to make it very fancy. Okay. And then we're going to attach the top to that.
I love it.
See how beautiful?
Wow, that's cute. Yeah.
And then what we will do from there, I'm going to add to the sides here just a little bit of this ATG here and here. And then you pop that bad boy right there. And you have a cute little envelope.
Oh, she's cute.
This is like a perfect gift card size.
I know.
It really is.
Write it down. Put it. Make a sticky note.
And then what we will do once that's finished we will push this down, and then we're going to seal it right here with our wax seal. How cute.
Lots of people are saying just slap some clear packing tape on the back of that mat and it'll work just like brand new.
Well, we may have to try
We
it.
might have to do. We have 1,000 mats.
We do have 1,000 mats, so
we poured mats here.
Putting my ATG gun up because I don't need it and I need it out of my way. So we're going to go back to Design Space. You all had asked, so ask and you shall receive. We are going to go back and I'm going to show you how you can size. So we are going to select this. So you see our measurements. It's still attached. I can still come over here, make this larger, bigger, whatever. So you need to measure your card or make your card the size of your scoring wheel. So what we're going to do to make this larger, I'm going to select them both, make this bigger. So now we're looking at 11 and a little bit over, probably more like 11 1/3 inches by 9. So you're going to have to use a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. So now I'm going to deselect all of those, select the score on the inside. So now you can have a card that is 6 inches by 4 inches, which is more of a card size.
Right.
So
Cute.
that is all you have to do. So from there you would create a card. You could actually duplicate that scoring, bring it down just a hair, change it to a basic cut, mirror it, add a scoring line up here. Very easy to make the cards. Super easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's do the wax seal.
Are y'all ready for the wax seal? Okay, we did have a question.
ready.
We did have a question.
Okay.
Are those cards mailable once they're sealed with wax? So my thing is, just to be on the safe side, if I was mailing it with the wax seal, I would probably add a little bit of like ATG or like glue dots or something and close it first if I'm mailing it.
Like seal it first.
Like seal it
without
first.
the wax seal.
I know that the wax seal it's there to seal it, and it does seal it pretty well. If you're gonna mail it though, I'm just saying it's better to be safe than sorry.
Right.
So why not just go ahead and seal it and then add your little decorative wax piece?
Yes.
Kay Howler says no, they aren't mailable. They will fall off.
Well, there you
you go.
have it. It ain't the Pony Express anymore. You know, they're just
know.
they're throwing our Christmas cards
They're
around
just
like they don't
throwing
give
them
a crap.
everywhere. They're not sticking them in
They
a
don't give a
bag and
crap.
riding them across the country.
They're like, wax seal? We don't give a crap about that. But also shout out to our postal service because you all are the real
Yes,
MVPs.
USPS.
We're just making a joke.
We love you. You da bomb. You da bomb.
Oh, that's
Okay.
funny.
So, with that being said, I'm going to take this off of this mat and we're going to put it on this one just since it's already broke. So I'm putting the Mylar. And as you can see, this was just a plastic covering. This was not a piece of Mylar. We do have Mylar that we cut, but this was one, I think, up from an old mat. This was just a covering from an old mat. So I'm just going to place that on here.
What would happen if you put parchment paper on there? Like, would it stick, or do you think it would do well with parchment paper?
I just think the plastic covering would do a lot better. I've not done it with parchment paper, but parchment paper would be, I don't know, easier to roll. I don't know.
I might have to just play around. I haven't made one, so maybe I could try.
We may have to play around with that. So
I was just curious.
anyway, what we're going to do first, remember we're using the Century font. So first thing you need to do is you need to measure your stamp. So this is about, I think it's like 1 1/4 inches. So back into Design Space, we're going to delete this out, and I'm just going to hide these so that I don't see it. And I'm going to bring my S back in. Once again, we're using Century font. So I actually made a couple of these yesterday. The 1 inch was a little big, so I'm going to scale this down to about a 0.8 in height. And I think that will be really good. So now we have that. We're gonna go ahead and click Make It. However, we're gonna stay right here on this thing before we go any further. So now, overhead, we are going to start the process of this wax.
Yay, I'm so excited. Light the candle.
Lighten the candle.
Oh my gosh.
Putting the candle over our little
Is this
stand.
Bridgerton? Do you guys watch Bridgerton also?
Yes, yes.
I'm obsessed with that show.
So I want to do a white S. So I'm putting about, I think yesterday I did about 6 or 7 of these little guys.
What?
In here.
I thought you did one.
No.
Well, heck.
Because if you do one, it's not going to pour correctly on here. You're not going to have enough.
Okay.
So it's better to have too much than not enough.
Right.
Okay? So we're going to let this melt. Now you can see it's going to start melting pretty quick. It doesn't take it very long to melt, but this is where you need to just go ahead and kind of start getting prepared, because what you're going to do is once this melts, you're going to pour it onto your mat in a line. Then you're going to take your spatula, your artist palette, whatever, and you're going to spread it. Now it's best if you just take it and spread it once. So you're not going to do like very firm pressure. You're not going to do like extremely light pressure. You want to do medium pressure. Just basically placing your artist palette, your spatula, whatever, just placing it down and then just dragging it with the weight of the spatula. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So I remember now what I brought this little weeding tool in here for, is because I like to kind of mix it around.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know that I always tell you guys. I would recommend that to you guys. It's up to you.
Like a little tiny pot.
We use a lot of different stuff that we probably shouldn't.
This is arts and crafts, okay?
This is
There's
arts and crafts.
no rules in arts and crafts. You can do whatever your heart desires. Listen, everybody's going crazy about the envelopes being shipped through USPS. You can ship them if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to.
Ask your local USPS provider.
They will.
Don't ask us. We don't work for USPS.
And we're not shipping these.
Yeah.
So, it's okay though. Like if you do or you don't, it's okay.
Can you use a Teflon mat? I'm going to just say no, strictly because it has to be recognizable by the Cricut. Like it has to be able to pull through the Cricut. And I don't know that a Teflon mat can be pulled through the Cricut. So once it's melted, pretty quickly after it's melted, you're going to want to pour this on your mat. Because like I said, if it overheats, then it's going to get too, it's going to get like bubbly. So can they see this, Sadie? Okay, so we're going to take this, we're pouring it in a line.
Magic.
Down through here.
Oh my God.
And I'm just going to go ahead and turn this over and wipe that out. Take our spatula, and I'm going to have to do this in 2 things. Pulling that and pulling that. Okay?
Well, that's satisfying.
So satisfying. I would say to let, now if I've always had residue come up with this, that's just how it is. Let this dry so you can peel it up, and then you can just reuse that wax. Same thing if for the areas that you don't cut, like this, for example, I'm saving this wax because really and truly, I could have put this back in our little thing and reused it. Okay? So keep your extra wax.
Fun tip.
Now, we're just going to blow the candle out while we're waiting. Pull it to the side. Then what we're going to do, so we have to make sure that this dries. It's still going to be warm. That's okay. But it's good and dried. So now we're going to hop back over to Design Space. What you're going to do now is you are going to position your S where you poured and drug out your wax on your mat. So we are about 3 inches this way. So we're in like the 3rd square, 2nd square down, 4th square, right around in here somewhere. So we're adding them right there. Now you can duplicate this S and cut multiple at a time. We're just going to cut 1 today. But you can do this cutting multiples, so just keep that in mind. We're now going to go to continue.
If they mess up spreading that wax, can they peel it off and redo it?
Yes, if you mess up spreading the wax, peel it off, melt it back down, do it again. Not a problem.
Love it.
Connecting to our maker. Now, once again, this can be done on a Maker, Explore series, whatever, because we are going to be cutting this on your everyday iron-on setting. But you are not going to mirror it. Okay, so once we have, actually, you know what? I think I am going to mirror it.
Why's that?
Why is that? Because if you look here, we've got some bubbles here, and I have discovered that on the back side, it seems to give you a little smoother of an effect.
Oh, yeah.
Where you drag it, it for some reason gave me bubbles. So I am going to mirror it, just to test it.
Let's do it.
Do it. So we're gonna mirror.
Whatever side looks better.
Normally, okay, so let's go to camera 1. Normally, it doesn't suggest that you mirror. Loretta said not to mirror. I'm going to try to mirror it this time just because I feel like the back side of the wax tends to look better for me. Once again, I'm not the queen of wax seals. I'm a novice. We just thought this was very cool and we wanted to show you guys how to do this.
Right.
So I'm going to mirror it. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to load this into our Cricut. Okay. Oh no. We're going to unload because this is not.
We don't like crunchy sounds.
I do not like crunchy sounds. Something happened with our film. It looks like I got it off a little bit. So this film, as you can see right here, it's a little off. I'm just gonna
cut it.
We're just gonna cut it so that it's even with our mat and doesn't give us issues.
Jenna said, when I ran out of ATG tape, I needed double-sided tape. I used the leftover tape from the window cover plastic kits. I'm thinking she's talking about the ones that you put on your windows.
Yes.
When you craft, you do what you have to do, especially when you have an order to fill.
Absolutely.
That's right. Like cutting your cover, plastic cover.
Like cutting your plastic cover. So we're sounds so much better already.
Oh yeah, Trey's here. Griff Moto is my husband, so don't let him be being mean in the comments.
Okay, and now we're just going to send it through.
Megan, I don't think you could send the film in by
No,
itself.
I don't think it would. I personally don't think that it would recognize it.
Well, and it needs stability underneath it too. If you just send the plastic film through, it's not going to have any because it's not smooth when it goes under the rollers. Like all of that area under there, there's like divots and stuff like that. So I think the mat kind of gives you a lot of stability.
And that's it.
That was so fast.
It's done. Now, what you'll do is you can come in here. Now, because it was a little thicker, can you all see where it cut? But I think I poured a little too thick. So, but you can come in here and look, you can just tear this away and it tears away beautifully.
Should they move the rollers, you think, probably for this?
Yes, I would move the rollers to mine were already positioned where they didn't roll over this. So I would move the rollers around so that it doesn't roll over. So you're just going to tear this away.
So pretty.
So easy.
I'm just mesmerized by it.
And you can always use, if you're concerned that it's going to not cut through, you can always use more pressure, but you're going to use that HTV setting. Okay. And then once we tear that away, you have a beautiful ass.
Ooh, she's cute.
Look how pretty.
I love it.
You need the guideline. I'm not sure what he means by the guideline.
You'll have to expand on it, Dave.
Yeah, please expand on that. So what we're going to do now that we have our S cut, we're just going to come back in here. We're going to light our candle back up. Lorraine, yes, you can move your star wheels. Mine were already, I don't think mine ran over it, so I didn't have an issue. If they did run over it, it still didn't bother it. But now what we're going to do is I'm actually going to heat this back up so I can get that white out of there. Very simple way to clean this. Just heat this back up, wipe it out with a paper towel.
Also, this is something I do with my wax melter at home is if I accidentally let it, like if we let that whole white harden in there for some reason, you could stick it in the freezer and it'll literally slide right out.
Yes. We just used it, Lisa, we just used a fine point blade. Dave said on the mat for the Cricut to work, it needs the lines. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So now that this is heating up.
This would be pretty to add dried flowers too.
Yes, that would be.
I don't know for like a Santa theme, but like if you were writing a letter to your friend, or also, can we just bring that back? Like
just letters to friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
When I was younger, my grandmother wrote me letters all the time. She lived in Illinois, and she always wrote me letters on little notepad pieces of paper. I wish I kept them. I don't know where they would be at, but I always loved getting letters in the mail.
I'm doing 7 in here again just because to be on the safe side. I may not use all of that. So once that is, while that is doing its thing and melting, here is the next thing that that definitely needs to happen, okay? Take your lighter and we're going to heat up our stamp. Now it's not going to get super hot, okay? See, like it's not even hot at all. So it's going to take it a minute to heat this up, but we just want it warm enough so that the S or whatever design you're doing is going to stick to this plate, okay? So we're just going to make sure that this gets warm enough here. Do as I say, not as I do.
Don't you burn them fingernails off.
I'm not. I'm not. Look, it's not, but it's not even hot yet. And I guess it's because it's such thick metal.
What is it? What is it, like brass?
I mean, it's warm.
Is it real brass?
It's warm, but it's not like hot. So once that is warm, I'm just going to come in here with my S, and I'm just going to place this down on it, and then it just picks it up, and I can move this around.
Oh.
See?
Well, dang, that's cool.
And so it doesn't mess up your design, but it keeps it on your plate, okay? So that's why it's important to just heat this up a little bit so that we can get that on there, okay?
Okay.
So now that this is melting, we're just going to take this and we're going to stir it around. It's getting close.
Someone said, Tracy said put pretty sprigs of pine into it. Would be really cute. Very classy.
This would be very cute for like if you were doing, not only for cards and stuff, but also for presents.
Yeah.
Like just putting the sprigs of pine in it.
Oh, yeah.
So what I'm going to do, you know what, we're just going to go for it here. Nah, no, we're not. I'm just going to, look. We're just going to ATG this just a little tiny bit right here. We're just going to, just to keep him down.
Just to hold it
to hold him there while I pour, okay? So then you're going to come in here in a circle around where you want it to be. And then you're going to take, see, you're going to take your stamp. Now this is going to be off center. It'll be okay.
I'm so excited.
I hope my S is not crooked.
Beauty and imperfection, Lauren.
I keep telling myself that.
That's what we like to see.
And then you just let this guy sit for a minute.
And so it just has to cool off before you can take it off?
Yep.
Well, heck. Okay, everybody's excited. Hey, I'm doing a Dollar Tree Christmas gift wrap video. And so, well, this isn't Dollar Tree, but you guys could incorporate things like this into your wrapping this year. It would be very cute.
My S was crooked, but that's okay. I was just really concerned about getting that on there. So my S is crooked, but really and truly it should look like this. But, okay, so here's what I did with this one. Instead of sealing this specific thing with this wax seal, you can seal it with the wax seal. What I did was I made these. I made this one, and I made quite a few of them. And if you want it to be perfectly symmetrical, you can get the wax molds, like the wax seal molds. We had somebody talk about that. One thing I will say, and this comes from Loretta, all credit to her. She said, I'm going to blow this out. She said that there was one wax seal mold that had the straight sides, smoke, which doesn't look like a true wax seal, but there was a wax seal brand of mold that had more of the curved side, that if you wanted it perfectly symmetrical, you can. But the thing with wax seals is they were not perfectly symmetrical when they used them.
Right. I like it when it's not perfectly symmetrical.
See, they said, I like the crooked one better.
See?
It's all perspective, guys.
It is.
But you can make these, what I did with this one, you can make these like in big batches. And then once you've made them, all I did with this one is I took a little bit of hot glue on it and tacked it down.
Yeah, someone mentioned that they would probably do that. They would make them on a silicone mat.
And then really and truly, I could, if I had made this before sealing it onto this card, I could come in here and trim off this edge, like cut it off.
Right.
And then position it straight and just hot glue it down.
Yeah. Megan made a good point. She said she would put a cross on top of the handle to line it up when you place the stamp.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah. But then when you are putting your design on here, your design is going to be different ways all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys get the gist, but I still love it.
I think it's very cute.
What do you guys think?
Are you writing letters to Santa now?
Is Santa writing letters to your kids? Are you going to write letters to Santa?
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant.
I'm curious to see what you guys think about this.
Yes, me too. I really love it. And actually, all of the gifts from Santa should have these little things on them. How fun would that be?
I know.
Like postage from the North Pole. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm definitely doing this year.
It's very cute.
There's no...
Lauren's going to be in here on Christmas Eve making wax seals for all of her presents.
Yeah. Maybe not for all of them. Maybe just the ones from Santa.
The special ones.
Santa is going to be in here making wax seals.
I love it. So if y'all are new here today and you're like, I love you guys, like we're really cool, right? We're doing a discount on our monthly subscription service, which is our crafts. We do cut files, fonts, and all of that for $9.99 a month right now, which is like amazing, really good deal.
Yeah.
If y'all are interested, there is a link right there that Sadie dropped for you all, and you can be a part of our community.
I mean, we would love to have you.
Yeah, we would
absolutely love to have you.
So everyone's saying, super cute, love this idea. Look, little Santas.
Thank you, Lorraine.
So cute.
Once again, I know I've given her a shout out, but I just can't, I don't feel like I can shout her out enough. Y'all definitely go over and give Loretta Madsen a follow on TikTok. She was our inspiration for this, and we want to definitely give her credit. We were just wanting to bring it to our community because a lot of times we see things that you all may not see, or you all see things that we don't see. So,
right.
And we just thought it was such an awesome project, and we loved that she figured out how to cut stuff on her Cricut. So we set out to figure it out as well.
Yeah.
So once again, definitely go give her a follow.
I've seen a couple people comment that they actually went already and followed her on TikTok, which is cool.
Yeah.
I hope that she gets some traffic and she's like,
oh, absolutely. I don't think, though, that I made a TikTok with this because I was going to shout her out on our TikTok.
Well, it's okay.
Maybe we'll just
It's hard, y'all. It's a hard TikTok in life, okay?
TikTok is a hard life.
Like, to do a TikTok and to make a thing, like, it's hard to, like, think and make a TikTok and make it look cute. So, it's a lot. So, if you shout out to the TikTokers, too, today.
Absolutely.
They're doing the dang thing.
They are. They are. And there's so much love in the craft world. Like, we just like spreading it around to everybody.
Yeah, we like to learn from each other.
We get inspiration from each other. People get inspiration from us. We just want to make sure that we spread the love. Make sure everybody.
I hope y'all can see how pretty this red. It's like
it's
like marbled. Yeah.
Yeah. And one thing that you can do with these wax seals is you can add like, so if I wanted to make this like kind of like gold, have gold in it, what you could do is add like two or three pieces of the red on one side and 2 or 3 pieces of gold on the other. Don't mix it.
Okay.
And then when you pour it, you swirl it.
Oh, fancy. That is next
I mean,
level.
we've got a few minutes. Do y'all want me to show you how to do that too?
If you want to. You got to turn that candle back on.
I turn the candle back on. It don't take me but a second. Let me show you because I just think this is just too cool to not show.
Let's see it. I'm curious.
So we're going to show you how you can swirl these too.
Can I open this?
Yeah.
I want to like see what happens.
So we've already got some red in there. I left the red in there. So I'm going to add.
This is on there, y'all. This ain't opening in the mail. This is not going to open in the mail.
Did you try to open it pretty good?
Yeah, I don't want to rip the envelope though. It's not coming up. Now the mail sorter thing might slice it open, but it ain't going to come off on its own.
Okay, so I'm adding 2 more things of red on that side, and then I'm just going to add my gold on this side. And then it's going to melt together. And then I'll show y'all.
Kay Howler, thank you for like giving us so many fun little tidbits. She's been like answering comments and stuff for us because they also do. You may be a man. I keep saying she. I'm sorry. But they also do the wax seals, and they have been responding to comments the whole time, like answering things that we
absolutely appreciate it.
Yes, they said that you can melt the wax with the stick lighter too, which you could totally do.
Oh yeah,
like you could just light that lighter up and do it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I could take this and like hold it under the thing and melt it.
Someone said rub and buff on the edges.
Yes, a lot of people will do rub and buff or do some type of like with the other stamps. So the other stamps on here, like it's divoted, and that's how you get like the raised look. So sometimes they will just stamp it with that and then come in with like rub and buff over the top. So
I love it.
As you can see, it's taking it a minute to melt this way.
So you've got the red and the gold in there right now?
I've got the red and the gold in here right now, yes.
Okay. I'm excited.
But it's taking it a minute. And I don't need to stir it. You don't stir it. So it's still going to take it just a few more minutes. I am going to pop this bad boy down in there to try to get it melted a little bit more.
Cuteness. What color S would you do? A white one? A green one?
Megan, I found the mixed colors of wax on Amazon. I will add the link to these I will have someone add that link as soon as we're done here, because I had already made the supply list with red and white separate before I found this and ordered it. So just FYI. Still taking it just a minute.
That's okay.
Okay, so we just popped that bad boy down in there. If I did, somebody asked what color I would use if I did like red and gold. I still think I might do white, like a white letter.
You probably wouldn't want to do anything crazy since you're doing such a detailed like.
Or you could do
design.
red and white with a gold letter.
Ooh, like a peppermint.
Yeah. Okay, so once that's melted, see guys, we're going to take this.
And then you swirl it. Oh, wow.
And then from there.
Magic.
Da-da-da.
Oh, that's cool. The red that you used today is different from the red you used the other day.
I did. So it's because it was a different
brand. Mm-hmm. I like the one you used today because it's like a pearlescent. Mm-hmm. I mean, this one was pretty, but then I saw this one and I was like,
oh, the pearlescent is hands down my favorite.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Loretta, it's spelled L-A-R-E-T-T-A. Loretta Madsen, yes. And then once it's dried, look how pretty that swirl is. Like, I'm just obsessed with it.
She's gorgeous.
Did you see it?
Ooh, I love that. That's
so you
amazing.
can swirl colors, just FYI. Oh, that one's not dry. We're just going to leave it right there.
We'll
and
just
I'll
let
come back
him.
over here.
We'll just let them sit. Okay, do y'all have any questions? Now's the time. We've got 1 whole minute left. Only one. I'm just kidding. If you have questions, go ahead and ask.
Absolutely. If you have questions. I'm like shook that I got done within the hour.
Really? Mm-hmm. I mean, you did a whole envelope tutorial also.
I did.
And the wax. And you still made it out. And you mixed red and gold. So
I'm getting pretty good at this. That time management stuff. Usually my mouth doesn't stop running.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
Not every time. Only sometimes. Well, listen, we're passionate people. We get passionate about different, crafts.
I know.
Tomorrow we're going to be making a no epoxy glitter tumbler hack using sublimation. So I don't think it's going to be what you all think it's going to be. So we're not actually sublimating glitter onto it, but we will show you all tomorrow in that live, and we'll be here at 12. it'll be me and possibly Tanner, possibly Lauren. We just like kind of figure it out on the day of. So, but we will be here tomorrow live with y'all. If you don't have any more questions, I guess we'll see y'all in the next one.
We did have someone ask if could you use Gulf Wax chunk and crayons for color. I think that the Gulf Wax is more of like a, if I'm not mistaken, Gulf Wax is more of like a food grade wax.
Oh.
So, yeah, that's what you use for like candies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You find it in the food section.
Okay.
I don't know if there's a difference. I wish I could tell you for sure the answer, but I truly don't know the difference, if there is a difference like in the chemical makeup of a like sealing wax and the Gulf Wax. I've seen people add color to Gulf Wax, like using crayons and things. I've even seen people like melt down crayons.
I mean, try it.
Why not? Try
it and see what happens. That's how we figure out stuff here sometimes.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. Everybody seemed to really like it, though. I mean, I loved it. I learned something new today.
Okay, if you guys don't have any questions, then we will see you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Bye.